Pax Europiana is for peace, but here in this video I want to call for Stingers for Ukraine. Stingers, these are anti-air missiles, the best one. I personally am also in favor of Spikes. That's a German-Israeli anti-air defense, and the Polish are already delivering it. But what we need is a real good air defense against the Russian aggression. Over there, that you see is now Kiev, and on the horizon you see Belarus, it's over there. And there the Russians have about the troops about 100 kilometers only in the north. Yeah? So what we need is effective deterrence. And deterrence militarily works. So it's very, very important to have, after the javelins, which Ukraine has now about 1,000, that's not enough. Yeah? We need a minimum one per Russian tank here available to expect and to also avoid war. Deterrence avoids war. The ability to defend yourself effectively is the way to deter war, because then the war is very impossible for the aggressor, because you need minimum 3 times the military capacities. And in today's warfare, where you have this armor, this personal carried kind of anti-tank missiles and anti-aircraft missiles, where every uneducated, unskilled person after a little bit of training can destroy a very expensive multi-million tank, multi-million euro airplane, helicopter. These are very expensive instruments. And then with this rather, of course, high-tech, but also very, in a way, easy to handle instruments. What are these man-carried, man-portable launching air and anti-tank missiles, the Stingers, the javelins? That's what it all is about. The whole crisis with America in 2019, the impeachment, that's about javelins. And now there was in the Hill, in this American media, there was a Jamestown Foundation, the expert, he has written about the Stingers for Ukraine. And I completely agree. This is very important, because there's very flat territory, Russian vehicles fly over there, and then you can take them out. You can take them out with the effective tools. And that's why deterrence has kept the peace in Europe, not in the Balkans, not in Ukraine, but in Europe, in NATO Europe. Deterrence with Russia has worked with the Soviet Union, and it will work again. But deterrence depends on this kind of balance of armament. Yeah? It's very logical, not just military logic, but if you are not equipped, how to defend yourself? Should I throw myself in front of a Russian tank alone? Not very effective. Or shout at the airplane? No. But with the modern equipment and with the tools which the Americans have, the Germans have, the French have, the British have already delivered. Americans are hesitant, but what we need is very simple. We need effective air defense in order to also counter a potential air supported invasion, and all invasions are ultimately. And so with that kind of instruments, you cannot start an invasion anymore, because the invasion, once Ukraine has all the missiles it needs, I would estimate it would be very urgent, another 3,000 javelins and another, let's say, 1,000 Stingers from America, but the best modern technology, because the Russians also know what they're doing, but they will never attack. And so deterrence, if Ukraine is sufficiently armed, so deterrence really works. And this principle, unfortunately, we have forgotten. There is this kind of a peacenik philosophy in Germany and Austria, because the left and the right, and anti-Americans and, you know, pro-Russians, paid by Russians, many of them, and they are talking about arms being for war. Yeah, okay, no shit, Sherlock, what a wisdom. But, you know, if only one side is armed, the others are not, then it makes no sense, because you're basically siding with the armed ones when you don't deliver weapons to the victims. Because the bully will always be very careful when the underdog is armed to its teeth. And of course you have to be politically active to avoid escalation, and, you know, it has a responsibility to deliver weapons. But Ukraine is for peace. Ukraine is for peace. It's the victim. So to supply the victim with arms, is very important. And these defensive weapons, these are defensive weapons ultimately, the missiles. They are not meant to launch them for the far away. No, no, no. This is not interballistic missiles to attack another continent. And these are exactly designed for the defensive action in the case of attack against the tank army and against the army with a huge air force. Yeah. They have proven extremely effective in the Afghanistan war in the hands of the Mujahideen. Probably not the most highly technically sophisticated army in the world, and the Ukrainians know very well how to handle everything technically and sophisticated. So give them the Stingers, give them the Javelins, give them more Javelins, start to give them Stingers, give them spikes, as I have said on my many tweets on that, and they will be able, and they will defend each other effectively. And that's the way to avoid war. And also politically with the EU membership and the settlement I have already proposed. But this is the way. And so I call for Stingers for Ukraine. Thanks a lot for peace. Peace based on vigilance and deterrence. Thanks a lot. Bye.